Hey guys, this is Tim Eisenhart. I'm just doing my video presentation of the iRobot assignment slash midterm. Question one, my answer was robots are artificial devices that are created to replicate human tasks. Robotics is the art form of developing robots. So without robotics, you can't have robots. Um, Number two, Detective Spooner is still human because he hasn't had his brain turned into a positronic brain or any of his organs or anything. He only had his lung, his left arm, and 2 ribs done. Number three, Darth Vader, same thing. He's only had his legs replaced with robotics. He's had his arms replaced with robotics. He's had machines that have been put onto him to help him with breathing and seeing and stuff, but he has not had his brain or his organs really changed into computers or like a positronic brain. With number four, when human organs, especially the brain, is turned into a computer, like a positronic brain, that's when I would consider a person with robotic parts to be a machine. If it takes human organs, especially the brain, for a robot to become human, then I would say that it would be the opposite for humans to become robots. With number five, a being with both biological and artificial parts is called a cyborg, otherwise known as, that's short for cybernetic organism. I don't personally know anybody with robotic parts or anything like that, but I think it would be very neat to know somebody like that if the future called for it. Um, with number six, Vicky is a computer with a positronic brain. She has no body. She doesn't have, like any moving parts except for what's inside the computer, what's inside her positronic brain, stuff like that. She doesn't have a physical body. With the whole, is she a female? I would consider no. She's a computer with female characteristics and stuff, but she doesn't have a female body or anything like that. The whole name of Vicky would be the reason that they gave her the female voice and everything, because it'd be kind of funny knowing a guy named Vicky. No offense to anybody, any guys out there that are named Vicky. With number seven, I do in a way agree with Asimov's statement, but I believe that the only way that people will, or humanity would ever change its ways to better humanity would be being put in a life-threatening situation. If you notice in most movies, the bad guy doesn't change his ways until he's put into to where he's either dying or he's put into a situation where somebody that he loves or something is threatened. Then they change their ways. Same thing with humanity, or with real life humanity. 9/11 would be the most recent event that I could use to show people that we only changed after, not before, the life-threatening situation. With number eight, what makes robots a better breed than us is the fact that they're a cleaner breed. They never tire out. They never complain about their job. They help humans' jobs be easier. Even though they were created to serve, they will inevitably become the masters. That's actually one of the short stories. What makes us a better breed is the fact that we can use our emotions, not calculations, to make decisions. We also do what we want at any given time. We don't have to be told what we want to do or told what to do. We do it when we want to. Sometimes that's a bad thing, sometimes it's a good thing. It just depends on what it is. And also the fact that we can reproduce without machinery or anything. Robots can reproduce in a way, but they don't have reproductive organs. They just build themselves, in a sense. With number 9, the 3 laws of robotics. Law 1 is a robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human to come to harm. Law 2, A robot must obey orders given it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. Law 3 would be a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with first or second laws. With number 10, in my words, the first law means that a robot must protect any human or humans from any harm or death by another human or accident that might occur. A burglary, robbery, falling wall, earthquake where the house is collapsing, anything like that. That's when they would have to step in and try to help save us. With the second law, to me, would be a robot must do anything a human tells it, as long as it doesn't involve hurting or killing humans in any action, accidental or purpose. With number 3, a robot must protect itself from harm or damage as long as it doesn't hurt or kill a human in the process. Number 11, Asimov didn't modify the 3 laws in his writings. I think if he were to modify them, reword them, add, subtract, whatever, the laws wouldn't be ways to have had the stories play out the way they did, and also it could change the whole meaning logically. With number 12, I don't think that the 3 laws are sufficient because in the movie, Vicky evolves the meaning and uses that to imprison humans. Might be for our own safety, but that still involves the robots were hurting humans and doing things that, if you look at it, was going against the 3 laws, but she evolved the meaning, so I don't think that's very sufficient. With number 13, with the positronic brains and everything, machines play roles anywhere from the can opener to the telephone to the vacuum in our closet, the vehicle parked in our driveway. What they do is they help us in so many ways to make everything easier. They also, make production easier, as in automation. They help. They help with the gathering of the ingredients. They help with the production of the actual product, and then they help with the distributing of the actual product. With number 14, I put my laptop. I put my Vizio television. I put my PlayStation 3, my home telephone, my own personal built sump. If nobody knows what a sump is, that's actually a filtration unit that uses gravity force to pull the water out and uses a pump to push it back in. A fluval filter, which is actually a factory-made filter that runs on the same tank that I have going. My microwave, the floor fan that helps keep the house cool. The cable box that delivers TV shows or the news, current events and stuff like that, and the dishwasher. And without these machines, life would be a lot harder because we couldn't cook food quicker. We wouldn't be able to see current events as they happen. We wouldn't keep in touch with our family or call 911 if there's an emergency or somebody's hurt or anything like that. We wouldn't have entertainment to keep us safely inside at night. When prowlers are out, stuff like that. With number 15, I chose the refrigerator. It was invented in 1876 by Carl von Lind. He was a German engineer. Before the refrigerator was invented, they used to use ice from the winter. They would keep it in ice storehouses so they could, use them during the summer and stuff like that. Or they would use heavily insulated boxes. The reason they did that is so that way, they could help have a longer time than just a day or so. They would have a few more days added on before bacteria, yeast, or mold would grow. If we didn't have this machine in the future, we'd basically back into the Stone Age, to where we couldn't keep, luxury foods like popsicles and a nice steak, stuff like that. With number 16, Adam did follow the first two laws, but in my opinion, he didn't follow the third law, which is protecting himself. I mean, he did run away and everything. He did try to hide, but when he was caught and they said they were going to arrest him, he didn't try to save himself. A human actually tried to save him. With today's ignorance in society, technology doesn't create mistrust and paranoia the way the episode did, but that's because back in that time they didn't have as much robotics and stuff like that as we do today. You know, more people are getting used to it because robotics is becoming a way of life now. Number 17. The iRobots on the website, they don't have the 3 laws, but that's just because they're basic robots that they don't think for themselves or anything. They just have a certain little program to where they have a virtual wall that doesn't allow them to go into a different room. They just clean and vacuum and stuff like that. They're not like the robots on the actual movie or shows or anything like that. The ones that could actually hurt you, I would say, would be like the hazmat bots, the bomb disposal bots, and the bots that are designed to lift and carry heavy objects. Those are controlled by situation awareness programs. With number 18, I believe that if man is going to create a robot, then the man should be held accountable for the actions of the robot. When you put in the 3 laws and everything, you're supposed to make sure that they stick. If they don't stick, then that's on you. You're the one that programmed it. You're the one that did everything, so you should be held accountable for it. With 19, there isn't much difference between a robot of any type or some other pieces of automated equipment because of the fact that they're using programs through a computer that's telling them what to do, telling them how to do it, and everything like that. Automation actually uses robotics and robots, so I wouldn't really say that there's much of a difference there. Well, guys, that's my presentation. Please leave some comments. Let me know what you think.